What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video. In this one we have, why are fewer young people joining the British Army? That's a good question. Before we jump into this, however, if you guys happen to enjoy the video, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like. I'm very interested in hearing this one.
The British Armed Forces are facing a massive recruitment crisis. In 2010, the army was 100,000 strong. Now it's just 76,000 and could even go down to 52,000 within 10 years.
Oh my God.
So why is the army attracting fewer young people? Let's ask people on London streets if they would join the army.
Is they still like offering the same benefits, the same pay, the same... Because to go from 100,000 to now 72,000 to 10 years, possibly as low as 52,000 is legit like very wild to me. So like, what is going on where young people just are like, that's not what I want to do.
Young people. Let's ask people on London streets if they would join the army.
I wouldn't go to a foreign country to kill anyone else.
Okay.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
I feel that.
Don't really want to. If I can do it in COD, I'll just stay there.
The one of the reasons I did.
He said if I could do it in COD, I'll just stay there.
But don't really want to. If I can do it in COD, I'll just stay there.
And one of the reasons I did join up is because if there was ever going to be a war, I'd rather be trained already for it.
Personally, the thought of having to go and kill anyone just doesn't sit right with me. I think, you know, people in this country, we actually have opportunities here. I know things aren't great, but we're not so desperate that we need to do that.
Well, you see, I'm in the Royal Engineers. If I was to say to anyone, why would you join the forces? It is to kind of cultivate that, I guess, camaraderie. That's a big one. There's something about camping out for a few days in a forest, doing like, I guess, training.
The military has even lowered standards to get used to enlist. The Royal Navy removed the 30-minute swim test as a requirement for entry, though they would still need to learn to swim to pass the training.
A 30-minute swim test? Swimming for 30? Oh, wee! 30 minutes? That ain't no joke. And I'm not one who know how to float. I'm sinking straight to the bottom. But for the most part, just the responses I heard were that first of all, you got the guy who said, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to go to another country and kill another person, and that's extremely understandable. I know that it's done. I have the most respect and gratitude and thankfulness towards those who serve in the army, those who serve in the military, and the families of those who serve, because what they're sacrificing, what they're doing is something that I don't think I could do unless there was just literally no other option. But I could understand not wanting to go. I mean, I feel like that takes a lot, like to have to go to war and to like actually shoot and kill somebody else. Like a lot of humans just aren't built for that. A lot of humans, it sucks, and that's why you thank those who are capable of that, because they're giving you the freedoms to be able to choose not to do that, to be able to choose to do that. You got so many freedoms because there are people who go through training, who go through so much, and unfortunately have to pull that trigger if they have to go to war, when they have to go to war and take someone's life. They do that so that you can continue to have your freedom, so that you can continue to live the life that you love. And so you can't have anything but thanks for those who do. But there's a lot of people that just aren't built like that. And then you got the next guy saying, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Completely understandable. Kind of goes to the first guy. Third kid is like, if I can do it on COD, he just sounds like a kid, and that's not something he was just ever really interested in. And then the other guy just wants to be ready. So he said, I signed up just to be ready in case anything was to pop off. I'd rather be trained. But he understands the camaraderie and everything that comes with joining the army or joining the military. Let's hear what else we got.
Some experts say this signals a sign of true desperation.
Yeah, well, you gotta lower your
Rishi
standards.
Sunak, the former Prime Minister, even vowed to bring back compulsory national service to drive up recruitment.
Oh, wow.
Earlier this year, The former UK Army Chief Patrick Sanders said the army needs to hit 120,000 to be ready to fight Russia. Experts have listed
100. It was at 100K. It is now at 76K, and you're saying it needs to be at 120K. Oh, y'all recruitment gonna have to be crazy.
a couple of reasons as to why young people are reluctant to enlist. Unjust Western wars post 9/11 in Iraq and Afghanistan played a key role in declining enthusiasm.
Wow.
The story of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq was exposed as a lie.
Yeah.
Many young people fear a repeat situation in future
Wow.
wars and have lost trust in the establishment. A January 2024 YouGov survey found that a third of 18 to 40-year-olds would refuse to serve in the army even if the UK entered a world war or was under threat of invasion. The most common reason people gave was that they do not want to die for the rich and powerful who often escape the consequences of conflict themselves.
While I do completely understand that, it completely makes sense. If there were to be an invasion or a third world war where your country was involved in, I just don't think you'd have a choice. They say they will refuse to serve, but at the end of the day, when it's like someone invading or it's a situation where it's kill or be killed, like, you don't have a choice. And so would I ever want to serve in the army? That's not something that I've ever wanted to pursue. That's not a career that I would ever choose. But like I said, if it came down to it and I just had no option, I had to, like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I wouldn't refuse. I would want to go to war, but I wouldn't refuse because it's like, you got to go do it. You ain't got a choice. Choices have been stripped of you. But I understand, like, it's not right that certain people, we said the rich and wealthy, and that they get off kind of scot-free, and, like, you're going to put your life on the line for them, yet what are they doing for you? And so that's completely an understandable feeling too.
Do not want to be manipulated to sacrifice their lives for politicians' lies. And with the military being one of the poorest paid public sector jobs,
that's your problem,
this
right
makes
there.
it even more off-putting.
Why would I go join? I'm going to sign up, enlist to put my life on the line if anything were to happen. And you're telling me this is one of the poorest public, what is it, poorest paid public sector jobs? So my life just ain't, me putting my life on the line ain't worth nothing? Yeah, it just doesn't make, you have to figure that out. It doesn't make sense.
One of the poorest paid public sector jobs, this makes it even more off-putting. Wages have not kept up with the cost of living.
No.
The lack of compensation makes such sacrifice even less likely.
Yeah.
Social commentators also say Britain, like other Western democratic countries, has changed from a communal to a deeply individualistic society.
That's America.
Being part of the army entails being part of a machine in which an individual is anonymous and expendable. As a result, older generations, often conservative military veterans and politicians, are frustrated with Gen Z's apparent lack of patriotic spirit and motivation. They tout national service and/or conscription of a citizen army as a way to fight crime and even the threat of Russia. The army has even created adverts to appeal to millennial and Gen Z snowflakes, but to little avail. Army recruitment has also been outsourced to Capita, a third-party company. Often these private firms are more profit rather than outcome-orientated. Many youth also drop out because of how long it can take to process applications, from 12 to 18 months.
Oh my
so
God.
is the army on its way out?
Yeah, I understand why those who served in the past would be upset. I guess kind of at Jizzy's lack of patriotic duty or spirit. But at the end of the day, in the world that we're living in, it's like, in a lot of these countries with the quality, like the cost of living going up so much, it's just like a lot of these, you're not filled with that same proudness. You're not filled with that same patriotic spirit because it's like, you're filled with more of a like, what is my country doing for me? Like, my country, I'm struggling, and my country doesn't care. They're not trying to do anything to help me. So why would I then feel proud to go and fight for a country that it seems like doesn't really care too much about me? I'm here struggling. I'm suffering, yet there's no laws. There's nothing being passed to kind of try to help those who are suffering. And then you get to see like the rich and wealthy and like just becoming more prosperous and more prosperous. And that's just very frustrating. That's very frustrating from a lower class perspective, because it's like, Jesus, they're already there. They're already rich. They're already wealthy. They're already well off. Why are we giving them more? It's very upsetting. And so I think that's where it comes from, when you're like filled with less patriotic spirit than maybe those in the past, when the cost of living and the wages were more equal, when you could actually afford to get a house, but you could afford, right, to live comfortably with your family, and you appreciated the life that you lived so much, and you appreciated the life that the country provided you so much, that, right, you were willing to go out and fight for your country because you felt like your country was so great to you. But nowadays, the Gen Z doesn't have those same feelings. And so they're less likely to go out and fight for a country they feel like that doesn't truly really care about them. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section if y'all feel differently. Like I said, first and foremost, I have nothing but the utmost respect, nothing but gratitude, nothing but thanks for all of those who went out and fought, who have served for my country here in America. You guys are like genuinely superheroes, because all the sacrifices that you guys have made or been willing to make is truly, truly something incredible. And I can't thank you guys enough at the end of the day, and to the families of those who served. But that's all we got for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Also, check out this next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.